Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
It's one of those days in the old weather center here where we just kind of get nipped by Mother Nature. A couple of things working against us, creating an extremely thick marine layer, about 2,000 feet thick. One of the pilot reporting into the National Weather Service across Eugene, Springfield area. So we weren't getting out of the fog today, and unfortunately, it looks like we may see more of that again tomorrow. Could get some late afternoon clearing, and I'll tell you all about that coming up here in just a second. But first, I want to show you, this is the visual satellite on our storm tracker. I took this picture a couple of hours ago, about an hour and a half ago. It gives you a good indication of just how thick that fog was. It goes all the way out towards the coast. Some light clearing around Pacific City and Astoria, and then also as soon as you get down 58 into Oak Ridge, Vida, Blue River, out towards the bridge, no problem. Central Oregon as well. Beautiful afternoon. Saw temperatures in the 60s today. Here closer to home, not so much. In fact, from Salem all the way down towards Roseburg, temperatures got stuck in the 50s today. So why was that? Well, here's what was going on. You know, we have that big ridge of high pressure, right? Sitting well to the north. You can see a little weak cold front trying to approach us from the west there. That one will sort of get chewed up just a bit. But we had this pesky upper level low that was cut off from the jet stream, meaning it was just sort of meandering. So you're getting some counterclockwise winds around that, which is pushing the marine layer back to the south. Meanwhile, you have another cutoff low sitting off of the Northern California coastline. That one also doing the same thing, pushing the marine layer back off to the north. And so both of those creating just sort of a foggy sandwich, and that's kind of what we got stuck in for most of the day today, and I think for probably a good portion of the day tomorrow. Temperatures outside right now sitting at around 52 degrees Corvallis, 50 in Eugene. We're going to fall pretty quickly into the 40s tonight. 59 in Bend. Nice sunny afternoon out across Central Oregon. Tomorrow evening, we should be able to get some clearing, especially for the Beeves. Forecast temperatures at a 7:30 kickoff around 56 degrees, and then cooling off into the upper 40s as you get into the second half, taking on Stanford. Big game up in Reeser tomorrow. So for the rest of tonight, we'll keep things fairly foggy. Temperatures will be falling into the mid-40s across the Roseburg area, Douglas County, Coos Bay, and North Bend around 45, and then we'll also be looking at low 40s here inland. Look at the difference. You can see where the fog was up and down the valley. Temperatures in the 50s, 75 down in Medford, 70s and mid to upper 60s way off to the east and central parts of the state. And as these two continue to slowly work together, I think that's going to sock us into the fog for tomorrow. Now, we've also got this high sitting to the north, which eventually will get broken down just a bit, and we'll see a area of low pressure, or what we call a trough, start to dig southwards. So all this cold air that's been firing south across parts of the Great Lakes is going to start moving back into the northwest. And so we're going to see some cooler afternoons for the folks that have been in the 60s, and wait till you see some of the overnight lows on the 7-day. Tomorrow, though, should be pretty cloudy for most of tailgating. Game day kickoff for the Ducks taking on UCLA at 4 o'clock around 57 degrees, and also maybe a little bit of clearing as we get towards the second half. So cloudy again for the coast. Coast, unfortunately, going to be socked into the clouds for the next couple of days. And then as we get the winds to switch by Monday and Tuesday, a warm up and more sunshine coming in the forecast. Slight chance for showers. First time in well over 2 weeks out to the coast on Halloween. In the Umpqua Basin, mid-60s for tomorrow. Cool but sunnier weather Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It should stay dry for the trick-or-treaters in the Cascades. Mostly sunny skies, highs around 60 degrees, upper to mid-60s in Bend and Redmond. And then how about low 40s for highs as that cold Canadian air takes its hold early next week. And then finally in the valley, maybe a break or two by late afternoon. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that it breaks out, but I've just got a feeling I don't think that we're going to see much of that. Cooler but sunnier Monday into Tuesday, and then just a slight chance we could see our first showers on Halloween. We'll kind of fine-tune that as we get into next week.
All right. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Most of us